Hi, my name's Susan Brown, and I'm a mentor in the Carnegie Center Author Academy. I earned my MFA from Spalding University, and I published mostly essays in various journals and anthologies. I write a blog at Mildly Mystical, and I have a memoir underway. It's been a great pleasure for me this year to work with Barbara Phillips as a mentor. Barbara came to the Author Academy to complete a manuscript that she had begun as a tribute to her mother, who became a widow in eastern Kentucky soon after giving birth to her seventh child. Barbara's memoir tells the powerful story of a woman who, despite forces working against her, kept her family together and raised her children on her own. During her time in the Author Academy, Barbara has fleshed out this story, and she's also explored how she herself has been shaped by its sorrows and joys. So, with humor and heart and an eye for telling details, she really brings her childhood home and community to life. Barbara's mother was both an inspiration and motivation for this work, and she has been an integral part of the process of writing it. Sadly, Barbara's mother passed away just a few weeks ago, but she lives on in the stories that Barbara tells. In addition to losing the mother who's been such a light to her, this year has brought other challenges as well, Barbara's way. And these include the effects of COVID and school cancellations on her children and grandchildren, in addition to a bout with severe COVID having long-term effects on Barbara's health. But with her determination and perseverance in telling her story, Barbara has already demonstrated that she has what it takes to be a writer. It's been a privilege to work with her as she tells her mother's inspiring story and gains greater understanding of her own story. Barbara's work ethic, her positive attitude, her commitment as a writer, in addition to her innate ability to capture this view of her childhood, has made the year a delight. So I'd like to read an excerpt, a small piece called After the Rains. Dad was right. The rain stopped. He must have worked his magic. The halls of our school were more lively than usual. This was Halloween. Ideas of costumes were shared by some, while others kept their cherished design secret. Why in the world would you keep something like that secret? As on Halloween past, everyone we would see would be a hobo or raggedy chic ghost, while a few older kids might give a whirl at some semblance of a Frankenstein in a ratty old patch coat. We were all hill kids, for goodness sake. How many possibilities were there? All we had to work with were old round-the-house clothes and a few household items, which were good for little else. But the rain had stopped. I could almost hear the whistle of the hobo train. A bit after the noon hour, Mr. Baumgartner came over the intercom. This was unusual. Mr. Baumgartner never made announcements. Dad was principal. Dad made announcements. Just not today. We were being released early. The buses would be arriving soon. This was an announcement that would normally bring cheers. Today was different. But why? We had never released early for Halloween. Snowstorms, the probability of ice storms, but not Halloween. The air was filled with questions which appeared to have no answers. Kids looked at one another quizzically, as though one of us might solve this mystery. There were no cheers, only a sharing of questionable glances. This announcement came so unexpectedly, even the teachers seemed uninformed. Still, they fell into routine, telling us to collect our supplies and line up. Something wasn't right. The gray cloud gathered in more closely around my heart. Try as I might, I couldn't shake the feeling. Walking out the side door, nearest our home, I caught up to my older sister as she walked across the grounds. Her pace seemed slower than usual, as though dreading that which awaited our arrival. Looking ahead of us, we wondered why Ma Mullins, the preacher's wife, was on our porch holding Mark, our baby brother, and Mama was getting into Mr. Baumgartner's car with Aunt Pearl. Aunt Pearl was our aunt on Mother's side and the school secretary. The three of them were pulling away. The ominous gray cloud around my heart grew larger, tightening its grip and making it hard to breathe. Something was terribly wrong. Barbara, I want to congratulate you on all you've accomplished this year, and I wish you well as you continue moving forward with telling this story. Thanks for your good work.